Imagine a supercomputer resting silently inside your skull. It weighs a mere 1.4 kilograms, yet it orchestrates every heartbeat, every step, and every fleeting thought. This is your brain. It does not hum with the sound of cooling fans or flicker with status lights, yet it remains the most sophisticated processor in existence. Within this compact biological casing, a massive, silent operation unfolds. Every pulse of blood, every deliberate movement of your hand, and every spark of an idea originates from this singular, dense structure. It is the architect of your entire reality, working in total isolation from the world it perceives. You carry this marvel every waking second, yet you rarely feel it work. It is the silent partner in your survival, a machine that never powers down, tirelessly managing the internal rhythm of your life. As you stand, sit, or simply draw a breath, the machinery inside remains engaged, mapping the world and deciding your next move. This is not just an organ, it is the core of your identity, hidden behind the eyes, governing the vast complexity of your existence from the dark, quiet chambers of your own mind. The brain does not exist in a vacuum. It sits at the epicenter of a massive, incoming flood of information. Every microsecond, it gathers data from the vast network of your senses. Think of the warmth pressing against your skin in the sun. Think of the sharp, metallic scent of rain hitting dry pavement, or the sudden, rhythmic beat of a song that forces your foot to tap. These are not merely observations. Your brain captures these signals, translates them into electrical instructions, and fires them back out to your muscles and organs before you have time to blink. It is a constant, two-way highway of information. This organ acts as the central command of your entire nervous system, dictating how you navigate the physical world. Without this relentless processing, your body would simply cease to respond. You would be unable to lift a finger, process a sound, or maintain your balance. You are tethered to this organ for every action you take. It is the filter through which you experience reality, turning raw, chaotic environmental stimuli into a coherent, manageable life. You are entirely dependent on this command center to bridge the distance between the world around you and the actions you perform within it. Go deeper, past the surface, into the dense, web-like architecture of your mind. Here, in the dark, silent corridors of the brain, a massive, invisible city hums with activity. 86 billion neurons occupy this space, linked by trillions of delicate, microscopic junctions. They do not rest, they chatter constantly, creating a relentless storm of activity that defines your existence. Millions of these signals fire every single second, leaping across gaps in a blinding display of chemical and electrical bursts. It is a biological relay race of staggering precision. This internal network is so efficient that your brain processes incoming information and triggers a reaction before your conscious mind even registers that an event has occurred. You flinch from a sudden loud noise or pull your hand away from a sharp edge, all because this internal web has already calculated the danger and sent the command. It is a breathtaking, high-speed exchange that never slows down. From the moment you wake until you drift away, these billions of cells work in perfect, rapid synchronization, weaving the raw data of the world into the cohesive, lightning-fast experience of being alive. You are the product of this constant, microscopic conversation. Despite its compact size, your brain is a glutton for energy. It occupies only 2% of your body mass, yet it demands a staggering 20% of your daily caloric intake to stay operational. It is the most expensive engine you possess, burning fuel at a rate that outpaces almost every other organ. But this hunger is not wasted. The most surprising truth is that the brain never truly powers down. When you finally close your eyes and drift into deep sleep, the work does not cease. It merely changes focus. In the quiet of the night, the brain becomes a frantic housekeeper. It begins scrubbing away the accumulated neural debris of the day, filing away fragmented memories, and aggressively repairing cellular damage. It is a tireless guardian, constantly regulating your heartbeat and respiration while you are entirely unaware of its efforts. There is no off switch. Even in your deepest slumber, the machinery hums with purpose, ensuring that your vital systems remain stable and your internal records stay intact. It is a relentless, 24-hour operation that demands constant fuel to protect the integrity of your mind. You are supported by a biological guardian that never takes a day off, working silently in the dark to sustain the foundation of your existence. To understand the sheer scale of this biological command, we map its power into 3 distinct theaters of operation. First, the cerebrum dominates the landscape. It is the seat of your intellect, a vast processing hub where you solve complex equations, construct intricate language, and make the conscious choice to run or write. It is the architect of your intent. Shift your focus to the rear, and you find the cerebellum. This is your internal gyroscope. It does not ponder philosophy, it calculates gravity and momentum. When you ride a bike, it is the cerebellum that constantly adjusts your muscles, sensing the slightest tilt and firing corrective signals to keep you upright. When you reach out to catch a ball, it calculates the arc and velocity, guiding your hand with pinpoint precision. These two systems work in tandem yet serve different masters. One builds the map of your thoughts, while the other maintains the grace of your physical presence. Whether you are solving an abstract logic puzzle or balancing on a narrow ledge, your brain is silently partitioning the labor, ensuring that your mental heavy lifting and your physical stability never collide. It is a dual-track operation, processing the weight of your thoughts while simultaneously anchoring you firmly in the world of motion. The speed of this internal operation is nothing short of violent. Neural impulses zip through your system at speeds reaching 430 kilometers per hour. Consider the moment you touch a hot stove. Before your mind has even registered the concept of heat, your brain has already processed the danger and fired the command to yank your hand away. It acts with a reflex that outpaces your conscious awareness. Yet, here is the strange, silent truth. The brain itself feels absolutely nothing. It has no pain receptors of its own. It processes the agony of a stubbed toe, the sting of a paper cut, or the throb of a migraine, but the organ itself remains immune to direct sensation. You could touch the surface of the brain, and it would not register a single signal of discomfort. It is the master of pain, the central switchboard where all suffering is decoded, yet it drifts through your skull in a state of absolute sensory neutrality. This paradox defines your existence. It creates enough electrical energy to illuminate a small light bulb, governing every tremor of sensation you experience, while remaining a silent, untouchable vault within your head. It is the architect that knows the heat of the fire but never feels the burn. Forget the image of your brain as a static, finished object. That is a relic of old science. Your brain is a living, evolving structure, a biological work in progress that refuses to remain fixed. It does not hit a ceiling and stop. Instead, it continues to develop and refine its architecture well into your mid-20s and beyond. Every decision you make serves as a chisel, and every new skill you acquire acts as a hammer against the raw material of your nervous system. Think of your mind as a landscape that shifts under your feet. When you engage with a challenge, you are not merely thinking, you are physically building. You are adding mass to your neural pathways, reinforcing the bridges between billion-fold connections that allow you to function. This is not a passive process. It is a deliberate, physical architecture project that lasts a lifetime. You are the architect of your own cognitive terrain. By choosing to push against your limits, you force the biological machinery to adapt, to grow, and to become more efficient. You are literally reshaping the physical density of your mind every single day through the choices you make and the experiences you seek. The limits you perceive today are simply the boundaries you have not yet moved. Zoom in past the lobes and the regions. Look down into the microscopic space between neurons. This is where your life is actually written. Every time you struggle to learn a new word or fight to master a complex skill, you are triggering a physical event. Signals pulse across the synapses, and the brain responds by reinforcing the bridge. It lays down more insulation, more protein, more physical hardware to make the next transmission faster and more reliable. This is not metaphorical. It is a structural renovation. You are literally weaving new circuitry into the fabric of your mind. When you practice a guitar chord, you are thickening the neural pathways that command your fingers. When you memorize a language, you are expanding the physical density of your linguistic centers. Your experiences act as the blueprints, and your daily actions serve as the construction crew. You are not just using your brain, you are building it, neuron by neuron, connection by connection. The reality you inhabit is a direct product of this constant, physical reconstruction. You are the sculptor of your own biological machine, and every focused effort leaves a permanent, physical mark on your nervous system. You are literally rewiring your reality, one thought at a time. If you are the architect of your own mind, you must also be its primary mechanic. This biological marvel is a high-performance engine that demands specific fuel to function at its peak. It does not run on ambition alone. It requires nutrient-dense fuel, the raw minerals and vitamins found in nuts, seeds, and leafy greens, to sustain its complex chemical operations. Your brain is 75% water, and even mild dehydration acts like sand in the gears, slowing your processing speed and clouding your focus. You must hydrate constantly to keep the electrical impulses zipping through your system. But the most critical part of this mission occurs when you stop moving. Sleep is not a shutdown, it is a high-stakes maintenance window. While you drift, your brain engages in a massive, systematic scrub. It flushes out metabolic waste, repairs torn cellular membranes, and consolidates the day's experiences into long-term architecture. Skipping sleep is not just exhaustion, it is an active sabotage of your own hardware. To protect your mental clarity, you must guard these hours with the same intensity you bring to your daily work. Feed the machine, hydrate the system, and secure your rest. This is your daily mission to preserve the integrity of the organ that defines your life. Look beyond the biology and witness the true scale of what sits inside your skull. This organ is the architect of your reality. Every color you perceive, every sound you interpret, and every memory you hold is a structure it has built from pure electricity and chemical fire. It does not just observe the world, it creates your version of it. It turns the raw input of the universe into the narrative of your life. There is no greater wonder in nature. The next time you find yourself recalling a childhood moment, solving a complex problem, or simply watching the sunrise, take a second to acknowledge the silent, tireless work of the organ behind your eyes. It is the engine of your existence and the canvas of your consciousness. Your journey does not end with this understanding, it begins here. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep challenging your mind. Every new puzzle you solve and every language you learn adds another layer to the masterpiece you are constructing. Your brain is a living, evolving landscape waiting for your input. Thank you for joining us on this tour of the human brain. Now, go forth and build your world. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to Organ Facts for more amazing facts.